I flew, well, total 50 missions. We got over there that we were scheduled for 25 missions because the odds were that very few people would ever finish any more than 25 missions. And because the need was so great, they just said we had to suddenly changed it to 50 missions. We were rather upset at that. I think we had 23 missions when they changed it to 50. So that was discouraging, but that's war, and you're in the service and you understand. You do what you have to do. First, we were bombing Bizerte and Tunis in North Africa, bombing the ports and the airfields, and bombing Sicily, the shipping and some railroads and airfields. And then we started into Italy. At that time, the Germans had brought in hundreds of transport planes to reinforce Rommel's forces because the Navy had just about cut off all supplies on the surface. So the big job of the Air Force, the bombers, was to destroy as many planes as we could on the ground and in the harbors, the ships that they were loading, was to stop supplies in from Rommel. And pretty much between the Navy and the Air Force, we just about stopped all supplies, which led pretty quickly to the defeat of Rommel's Africa Corps.
Did y'all have fighter escort on all your missions?
Not on all. We had some. We had the P-38 fighters, some, and a couple of missions we had Spitfires, and this was before the P-51 had became available. We were over there early, right at the very beginning of the war. And
what was the reasoning behind having fighter escort sometimes and not others?
Just when it was available. There was just a shortage of everything. So the fact is the missions had to be made, and if there was more bomber groups flying than there were fighter groups, then somebody went without them, and that was the lot of the draw. And flak would, it brought down a lot of planes, but also it would knock out engines or so forth that with the planes then would form out of formation, and when they did, the fighters were really all over them. One time with flak, I was on the bombing run and leaned over my bomb site, and a flak hit right outside, and shrapnel came in one side and out the other, and if I had been sitting back straight, it would have probably gone in this ear and come out that one. So God was with me on that one big time. It may have been Naples. We did a lot of trips to Naples and Trapani and Palermo, Sicily. We did quite a few, and the flak was very heavy at all of those locations. We lost probably over half of our planes and crews. On one mission, of the 27 planes that took off, only 3 got back to our base. Weather closed in on them completely, and we lost about 8 planes on that one mission. I lost 3 of my bombardier classmates. All 3 of them was killed on that mission, one mission. Every one of these were lost in the weather, and they crash landed or went down in the Mediterranean.